Hello again, everyone. Thanks for joining. In today's video, we are starting our T-minus magic countdown. We are 3 weeks away from my next Disney trip. So today we're going to go through just a really high-level itinerary and then some of my to-dos that I still have to do leading up to the trip. If you're new here, my name is Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my space where I talk about all things Disney so I can stop bothering my friends and family with it. All right, before we get into it, let's get some coffee first. Okay, we are back. We have coffee in hand. I'm getting into the spirit with my Disney World cup that I picked up a couple trips ago. I've also got my Cars t-shirt on that my 3-year-old picked out for me because he is obsessed with all things Disney cars. I cannot tell you the amount of race cars we have and how many Lightning McQueens we have in the house right now. Okay, so we are going to Disney for 3 days in about 3 weeks here. My oldest son, he is turning 9 and his favorite ride is Dinosaur. And so when he found out that it was closing, he was really, really sad about it. And so my husband and I decided to plan one last quick trip so that he can go and say goodbye to his favorite ride. Another reason is my 3-year-old, he's hit that 38-inch height, which is the minimum height required for some more of the, I think Mine Train, Slinky Dog, and whatnot. So we're excited to take him back because he hasn't been on any of those bigger rides yet, so that should be really fun. And then we're also bringing our mother-in-law with us as well. So that is our plan. I recently started using the Reminders app in my iPhone just to sort of start organizing everything. I really like it. That's kind of where I keep my to-do list, my shopping list, and then I've also started using it as my Disney checklist. So I have it organized into a few different sections. So number 1 is going to be travel logistics. 2 is itinerary. 3 is tickets, passes, and park things. 4 is actual packing and all the things I need to do for that. I have a section for content, and then lastly, a section for personal care. And I will get into what all of those things mean throughout this video. So starting with itinerary, and this is pretty high level because that is one of the things on my to-do list is figuring out our specific itinerary. So like I said, we are going for 3 days. We're staying at a new resort this time. Really excited. I will definitely show you once we get to the travel day video, and I'll do a whole room tour and everything and tell you where I'm staying. And then because we're going for Dinosaur primarily, I mean, not just for that, but that's one of the main reasons, we are flying in early Saturday morning. We land around 10:30 Eastern time, so we'll probably drop our stuff at the hotel. The plan is to go to Animal Kingdom, and then there's a few rides there that we want to do. Dinosaur, Flight of Passage is always a win. I kind of want to see the new Zootopia show because I haven't seen that yet. And then my son also really wants to go to Epcot because that is also his favorite park. And so he really loves he has a special request to have I'm going to totally butcher this, but the croque glacé at L'Artisan de Glace. So that is, if you don't know, it is a scoop of ice cream on a brioche bun, and then they grill it. And it is really delicious. My son really likes it. It really made a big impression on him because he keeps talking about it when we were there back in April. So we'll get him one of those. I still haven't rode Test Track, so would love to do that. And then my younger son really wants to meet Elsa. So that is also on the agenda. And then the other thing I'm really excited about that I didn't realize when we booked this trip is that Festival of the Arts will actually be going on at Epcot. So I've been to Flower and Garden, I've been to Wine and Dine. I haven't been to Festival of Arts, but I think this, out of all the festivals, is probably the one that speaks to me the most. This is the one where they do the Disney on Broadway concert series. And, you know, I have, aside from my family, I have two loves in life, Broadway and musicals and Disney World. So bringing those two together is just really exciting for me. And then, of course, I just want to go and try as much of the different food booths as I can. Let's see. So that, we'll see how much of all of that we can fit into that first day. I'm also trying to not make this a super stressful trip. We're going back in April as well for a couple days before our cruise. So originally the plan for this trip was to just do Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, because in April we're going to do Epcot and Hollywood. But because of all the stuff happening at Epcot, we definitely want to fit that in as well. So let's see. So then Sunday is still kind of up in the air. I'm not sure really what we're going to do that day. And then Monday we will do Magic Kingdom, because I was able to snag us an 11:15 reservation at Beacon Barrel. I think the boys will really get a kick out of that. And I'm hoping to get some actual good content this time. Last time I went, it was my first time. Didn't really know what I was doing. Still don't really know. But hoping to actually get some better images and videos and whatnot of what actually happens inside of the space. So yeah, so that is the high level itinerary. And then we fly back Tuesday morning. So as a pass holder, I actually do have to go ahead and make park reservations for each day. And then I got the rest of my family 3-day park hopper tickets. So yeah, so that is what we have. So what I want to do is I really want to figure out what our priorities are for each of those 3 days. Because as long as we can check those off, then the rest of it is just bonus, right? And then you don't leave feeling like you missed anything. Disney can be really overwhelming because you feel this pressure to like get it all done in such a short time. And I think that's why a lot of people get very stressed out about it, or maybe don't enjoy it as much as they could. So I find that if I have like 3 to 5 priorities every day, it's easy to get those done. And then the rest of it is just extra and bonus and fun, and you can just relax a little bit more, and there's not so much pressure to be here at this time and check all of these things off of the list. And then as far as Festival of the Arts goes, I'm just waiting. I'm checking the website every day to see when they release the food booths and the menus so that I can make a plan for that as well, because the festivals can also be super overwhelming. I think every time I end up with like a list of 20, 25 different things that I want to try, and in reality I get to like 3. So especially going with kids, they don't want to stand in those lines and wait for food and drink. So definitely want to prioritize the menus and what items I really want to go after. So yeah, so that is itinerary. Now, before we even get to the parks, there are some things I need to figure out from a travel and logistics standpoint. I am still undecided on whether we will take our car seat or not. So we always put our 3-year-old, or our kids, not my older one now, but when he was younger, we always used the car seat on the airplane. I didn't always when my youngest one was a baby, mostly just because I didn't know that that is actually recommended. Most people probably don't use their car seats, but it is something that we do for my family. It is safer, and it's actually recommended by the FAA. So yeah, so that's what we do. But it's very bulky and it's very big, and if we don't actually need it, like we're not renting a car or anything, you're in the Disney bubble, you can take transportation everywhere. So I am looking into getting the FAA approved CARES harness. So we'll see. But if I do that, then we need to beg our brother-in-law to drive us to the airport in the morning at 4 a.m. So we'll see. Because when I have a flight that early, I would prefer not to deal with parking. I like to just be dropped at the door, get everything out of the car, and be on our way. So we'll see. If we do like an Uber or something, then I do have to bring the car seat because just in this area they don't do Uber car seat. So we'll see. And then the other thing is when we get to Orlando, how are we getting to the hotel? So we could do the Magic Express. That is one option. It does take longer though, and because we're planning on going to the parks, I'd rather just kind of, we're not even planning to check anything, so I would love to just get off the plane, get in a car, and get to the resort. So that kind of takes out Magical Express, although that is a great option if you're not in a big rush. We have used it before. I could do Uber car seat. That can also take longer because there are not every Uber has a car seat. You have to specially request it. And then it's hit or miss on the condition of the car seat. I have used it. Some of the car seats have looked a little suspect. I know Mini Lift has a service now, but I think it's really expensive. And then I am debating whether we just order a car service. But again, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money. So we'll see. So I still have to decide on that. And then once we get there, I also have to decide on a stroller rental. So I've used two different services. One is Scooter Bug. And they are actually the only stroller rental place that is allowed to leave the strollers with bell services. So, which is great when you're flying in or if you have an early flight out, because you can just drop the stroller with bell services and they'll come pick it up after you've already gone. They can drop off the stroller with bell services, and then whenever you get to the resort from the airport, it's there waiting for you. I will say I've used it a couple times. Their confirmation is meh. Like, I think twice now. I haven't gotten a confirmation email or anything, so it's kind of their website is okay. I have a login for it, but I went on the website just now and couldn't figure out how to actually log in to see what my past orders were. And then I was also going through my email and I could not find a confirmation email from them. So, and I do remember being a little bit confused the last time I ordered from them. So we'll see. I've also ordered on my last trip from Orlando stroller rentals, and that's because we were already there and we pivoted and decided to rent a stroller at the last minute. I really liked them. They were on time. They showed you how to use the stroller. They were very nice. And their strollers also come with a parent console, a cooler, and a rain cover. So I rented from them for 2 days. It was $90. I had the big Bob Revolution, I think it was. So I really liked them. And honestly, I have to decide which one I want to use for this trip. Scooter Bug might win out just because we are flying in, and in case something happens and we get delayed or it takes longer to get from the airport to the resort, it'll be nice knowing it's just there. So we'll see. So that is all that's left for travel logistics. So then tickets, passes, and park things. So we will be buying Lightning Lanes. That our window opens up in a couple weeks. So if you don't know, Lightning Lanes, that is kind of their skip the line system. They've changed it a few times. Right now it is they have Lightning Lane Multi-Pass or Lightning Lane Single Pass. And then there's also a higher tier version called Premier Pass. So Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, you can book 7 days out if you have a resort reservation. And you can book up to three rides or experiences 7 days in advance. They do fill up very quickly, so you have to be on right at I think it opens at 7 a.m. Eastern. So you have to be on right there to try and get what you want. There's a whole bunch of like tips and tricks you can get into for manipulating, not manipulating, but for utilizing the system to the best extent. This is not that video, but there are a lot of other people out there who do have tons of hours of videos that you could watch on that. So that's also why it's really important to kind of know what your priorities are in advance and what your park plans are in advance as well. As I mentioned, I am an annual pass holder, so I do need to make park reservations. I do already have them for Animal Kingdom the first day and for Magic Kingdom the third day. I think right now I have Magic Kingdom for the second day too, but I'm probably going to change that to something else. I just booked my tickets for my mother-in-law, so we did that yesterday, so that is checked off the list. And then since my younger son, this is the first trip that he's actually interested in any characters, so I want to get him some sort of like autograph book, or I've seen like where there's an artist on Etsy who will like draw a little picture of them, and it's like on a little mini canvas and the characters can just sign around it. That could be really cute. I saw that on Pixie Dusted Mom, Ashley Wright, if you want to check her out. Or I also saw another idea to take like a little Polaroid camera, and you take a Polaroid with each of the characters and then they sign on the Polaroid and you just put it in like a little photo book. That's a really cute idea as well. So again, need to decide what I want to do for that. At this point, it'll probably just be the easiest option, which is probably just like ordering an autograph book. And then because this is the first time that my youngest son, he's 3 now, so this is the first time that we actually have a ticket for him, so he will need a magic band. And then so I found a small shop on Etsy, I think it's Believe, Dream, Imagine. I think she also has a TikTok. She makes these little magic band buddies that are super cute. I'll grab one and show it to you in a minute. But I don't like to wear my magic band because it bumps up against my watch. And so I have one of these magic band buddies, and what you do is you pop out the little fob in the magic band and you stick it in the buddy. And then I have like a retractable carabiner that I got from another small shop on Etsy. And I just hook it to my bag, and it's so easy, and you don't have to play like the wrist game where you're trying to like scan and reach, because I just like pull it and pop it, and they're so cute. I get tons of compliments from cast members on them all the time. So let me go grab them and I will show you what those look like. Quick Gus cameo. Gussie, say hi. Oh, he's sleeping. Okay, I'm back, and I have my little bag where I keep all of my random Disney accessories. So this is what the Magic Band Buddy looks like. So this is mine. It's just a little Minnie Mouse one, and then you can see this is the fob from the Magic Band that just kind of hooks in there. And then this is the retractable carabiner that I have it connected to. So yeah, and then I can show you, I don't have my older son's in here, but he has a BB-8 one. And then I just ordered a Lightning McQueen one for my younger son, and then my husband also did not have one yet, so I got him the little guitar from Coco. So yeah, so that's all set. And then I still need to order the actual Magic Band for my youngest son. I'm trying to figure out, so if you have a Disney Resort reservation, you're supposed to be able to order Magic Bands at like a slight discount before your trip. But when I went to do that, it was only letting me order 4. And I only need 1. So I've hesitated to order it because I can order it off the Disney Store website. But I mean, with tax and shipping, it's almost like $60 for a band that my 3-year-old is not even really going to wear. So we'll see. I'm gonna look into that a little more, or maybe I'll just wait till I get to the parks and order one there. Although I usually do like to have everything prepared before we're there, because you have to like set them up via Bluetooth and all that stuff. So another decision that needs to be made. So that is everything as far as tickets, passes, and park things go. And then let's see. Next we have personal care. So these are things that I like to do for myself before I go on a trip, just to make me feel better. I guess a lot of these things are things I do on a normal basis. I just try to time them so that I get them done right before a trip. So number one is Botox. I actually don't use Botox. I use Daxxify, which is another brand. So I get that done about every 12 weeks. So I'm due for it here. Second, I am getting my eyebrows redone. So I get those laminated about every 8 weeks. So I will be getting those done the day before we fly out, which isn't ideal because you're not really supposed to get them wet or shower for 24 hours. But I will definitely want to shower before our trip. So we'll see what happens there. And then I have to do my nails and figure out which nails I want to wear for the trip. So I actually don't go to a salon. I use Olive and June glue-on nails. People are always shocked when I tell them that. Sunday is nail night. My husband knows this. So every Sunday night I put on a fresh set of nails. So right now I have little bows on. And they would actually last me probably 2 weeks, but I like to take them off after a week because as they loosen up, water starts to get in there and I don't want anything funky growing on my nails. So for this trip, sometimes I'll buy like stickers off Etsy, like little Disney stickers to put on my nails. Since we're coming back on a Tuesday and I'm gonna have to go to the office and I don't want Disney nails in the office, I probably won't do that, but maybe I'll choose like a set that's, I don't know, maybe like pink and glittery or like feels like princessy, or maybe I'll do like a black and red or a polka dot or something. The good thing is Olive and June has tons of patterns that you can pick from. I will say none of this is sponsored. These are just things that I genuinely use in my everyday life. So that's it for personal care. And then lastly, packing. So obviously I will need to pack as we get closer, but what am I packing? So I need to plan my outfits, which I've already pretty much done. However, a lot of my outfits are based off of pieces that I'm planning on renting from Nuuly. So I am a Nuuly subscriber. I've talked about this before. Again, not sponsored. They don't know who I am. I just really like the service and I've been a subscriber for a couple years now. So I have to return my Nuuly this week and then I can pick out my new pieces. Fingers crossed that all of my sizes are available in the styles that I want. Otherwise, I will have to pivot, but I've done it before. I have a couple like backup options planned out. So I will do another video that is about my outfit planning and where like I show you all the outfits that I'm bringing as well. It is a quick trip. It's only 3 days, so there's not that many. I do have a couple pieces that I want to buy just to kind of fill in the gaps, but I try not to. Like, I'm not someone who's going to buy like a whole new outfit every time I go on a trip. I do try to like rent a lot of pieces or like wear things that I've already bought. I don't see sense in buying something that I'm only going to wear one time. So I do try to like reuse stuff. But it is fun to buy like 1 or 2 pieces to sprinkle in. I need to plan my kids' outfits. So my older son, he's pretty good at packing himself now, and he typically has in his head like what he wants to wear. I did buy him one new shirt. He did want a dinosaur ride specific shirt, so I did order him that off Etsy. Then I have to check in with my husband on what he's gonna wear. He's an adult. He's perfectly capable of packing himself. I just kind of like to know, like, it's actually funny because more times than not, we end up accidentally coordinating. Like, we didn't plan it, but like we'll pull out like our outfits when we get to the parks and be like, oh, hey, look, like we're matching today. So I did order him one Roosevelt outfit off of Poshmark. So that is shipping, although I'm not entirely sure if it's going to fit because I have heard that they run small. So we'll see. Yeah. And then that's it. And then, of course, I have to like figure out all the random things, the toiletries, makeup, electronics, all of that stuff that I need to bring as well. The good thing is my 3-year-old, as of this week, is potty trained. So I don't have to worry about packing a bunch of diapers, which is really exciting. So that is it. And I think that takes us to everything. So thank you. This was probably kind of chaotic and I just kind of talked at you for a long time, but hopefully it gives you some ideas on how to organize your to-dos, how to sort of some of the things that you might not have thought about that you need to plan for a trip. And yeah, we are so excited. 3 weeks to go. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for hanging out. Bye, everyone.